Good morning. Happy Tuesday to you all. How is everybody? Welcome to Coffee Chats, this fine April the 23rd. I'll let you know what's going on for the week, and I want to make sure that I don't forget to introduce Faye eventually. So don't let me wave me down if I start moving on too quickly here and forget. I just want to let you know off the bat that I just found out Thursday the IKEA excursion is canceled. I'm so sorry. We do not have a van driver as of yet. We had one lined up, and because of circumstances, it didn't pan out, and so we're still on the hunt for a new van driver, possibly two. Having said that, Sandy Lear has been gracious enough to volunteer her time this Saturday to drive for the 9 to 5 excursion, so that is still going on, so I'll talk about that in a little bit, but Saturday is still on, Thursday is canceled, and so I'll keep you posted on what's going on with that. As the days progress here, hopefully we'll find a van driver sooner than later. It's been tough. Let's see. Okay, so I'll let you know what's going on for the week. Today at 10 a.m. is our tech class with Abby Key. This is an open forum type of class. There are no bad questions. Just come with your device or your question, and she will do her best to answer it. So it's just an open forum type tech class. We're trying that out so that if there's specific questions, you're able to utilize her time and her knowledge and get answers. So that's up in Marion Hall at 10 a.m. today with Abby. The sing-along has been moved. So normally it's on Tuesday at 6:30, or we're trying to get it going at 6:30 on Tuesdays. And there was a request to change that to Thursdays. So that will be starting this week, to my knowledge. So that should be on 991. So the sing-along is at 6:30 on Thursdays, same place, just a different day. Let's see, also for the week, I'll just go on to Wednesday at 1 p.m. Normally we have our 991 TED Talks. And we usually have 3 topics. This week we have 2. One is longer, and so I've only chosen 2. The 2 topics are a meditation on Rumi, the power of poetry, and the second is an Israeli and a Palestinian talk peace, dignity and safety. That's the longer of the 2. So those are the 2 TED Talks at 1 p.m. on 991. On Wednesday from 1 to 3 is our art mystery craft time. So if you're wanting to get creative, go ahead and show up at the mystery art craft from 1 to 3 in the art room. And 1:30 we have 500 on Wednesdays, and 7 p.m. we have bingo and 500. Then on the 25th, 9/11, we have coffee chats, so that's Thursday. And then our excursion unfortunately is canceled. I apologize, it's such a bummer, but we're doing our best to find a new van driver. I won't go on with that anymore. And then on Friday, 1 p.m. we have our coffee chats at 991, and bridge and poker at 1 p.m. 4 p.m. we have our happy hour, and 7 p.m. we have our movie in Marion Hall, and the movie for this Friday is Philmania. A world-weary political journalist picks up a story of a woman's search for her son who was taken away from her decades ago after she became pregnant and was forced to live in a convent. And that is a drama, obviously. And that's at 7 p.m. Saturday, we have our 8 a.m. men's breakfast, and that would be, I'm guessing that would have to be a carpool situation. So if you normally take the van on Saturday for men's breakfast, that will you'll have to kind of coordinate that. And then also, our excursion leaves at 11 a.m. It goes first to Red Lobster, and that's the local one. That's right off of 55. And then it will go to Anoka to 9 to 5 to the musical 9 to 5s, which will be a lot of fun. FYI, the tickets for the 9 to 5 production we have them already. They are in an envelope. I've let Sandy know, but she will have to divvy those out. They're in the van mailbox. I let her know, just FYI, that we have the tickets for that. I think that's all I have. Is there any questions for the week that you have from me? Okay. Also, if I pretty much have everyone's garden till or no-till instructions, if you still have not handed that in, I think there's maybe 1 or 2 people, please get that in. We will be planning on doing the tilling or no-tilling the first week of next month. So that's important. We want to make sure that there's no accidents. I've been working diligently to make sure and call if I'm not receiving the information from you. I've had a couple sheets handed out for the months just so there's no mix-ups. So if you have not handed that instruction in to me, let me know. Also, we do have some availabilities for gardens. A lot of people, or quite a few people, gave them up this year. So if you are wanting a new garden, or if you have never gardened before and you're interested, please touch bases with me, and there is vacancy. So we'd love for them to be used rather than have them sit open. So please check in with me if you're wanting to switch gardens, or if you're wanting to garden for your first time. I will give you a garden. And that's what I got. Faye, do you want to come on up? Was there any questions on the gardening? Yes, Sam.
It's not a question, just for the general. In my garden, there's a peony that's planted there from last year, and I'm planning to put tomatoes in that area. So if anybody wants to clean up that peony.
There's a peony in Sam's garden. So if you want a peony, which are gorgeous, they're so beautiful, those beautiful flowers, check in with Sam. He's your man. He will help you maybe transplant. I don't know how that works out, but I'll leave that up to you and Sam. All right, thank you, Sam.
When some people find out I'm a writer, they tell me about the folders, boxes, and drawers full of stories they have written. They haven't
Just a little bit closer. Sorry, Faye.
They haven't shared them with anyone, but they would like to. So I'm having an informational meeting on Thursday, April 25th in Marion Hall at 10 o'clock to determine if there are enough interested people to start a writing group. If you cannot attend the meeting but are interested, give me a call at 6232 and I will keep you informed about the future meetings. Any questions?
So do you want to say one more time the date and the time?
Thursday, this coming Thursday at 10 o'clock in Marion Hall.
And it's a writing group, is that correct? You're wanting to start a writing group?
A writing group,
okay.
Right.
All right, fantastic, thank you. Yes, so if you are a creative writer, show up 10 o'clock on this Thursday, and we can start another club. That's what we want. This is your home. If there's things that you have interest in, please go ahead and start those things, and I will help support that in any way that I can. So thanks, Faye.
Good morning. Good morning. I was already come up here and dress Sam down for saying peony instead of peony. Guess what? He's right. So, shame on me. I want to start by wishing happy Passover to all our Jewish friends. May you have a happy and safe 8 days? Yep. All right. I also want to invite anyone that's interested to join Levon Grata and me on the Minnesota Timberwolves bandwagon. They have a game tonight at 6:30. If you like basketball, that's where you want to go. I talked with Pat yesterday, She was in great spirits. She had surgery last Friday to replace her hip. She took a fall in the exercise room up on the east building there where we're getting our dinners. And she had tremendous pain, and she went to the doctor and they did CAT scans and PET scans, and are they the same thing? They did a couple different scans and nothing showed up. And it was funny, your orthopedic doctor said it's broken. Can't see it, but it's broken. They finally did an MRI, and sure enough, there was a hairline fracture in there. And I said, well, why can't we just let it heal? And apparently hips don't heal that way. And the surgeon said, nope, we replace it, so they replaced it. She's talking 6 weeks. I told her we don't need a timetable on this. We just need her back in fighting form. So that's where we're at with Pat. We did hire a driver who we hired Tech Blue on Wednesday.
Last week.
Yeah, last week, Wednesday or Thursday. Friday, he got in a car accident on 169. So we've got 2 bus drivers that are laid up from auto accidents. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but there you go. All the air conditioning is on in the buildings and working properly. In the east building, as soon as your apartment is warm or you can tell the difference, turn your air conditioners on and make sure they work. The A, so that we can find out if it works or not. More importantly is B, if we've got air conditioners that aren't working, we want to exhaust our inventory so we can buy more if we need more when it gets hot. Okay? In the west, make sure you've got your thermostat set to cool for air conditioning, heat for heat. We'll be keeping the heat on here for probably at least 2 more weeks. It was it below freezing in the last week? Put it this way, the heat.
Tomorrow morning it's supposed to freeze.
I experimented with the boilers last week, and I turned the fan, the circulating pump off on the heat, and we got calls the next morning saying, "Where's the heat?" So, summer is the time of bugs. There's always a concern. We're in Minnesota, there's bugs. There's lots of bugs. Does that mean that we want those bugs in our homes? No. Does that mean that there may be a bug from time to time? Absolutely. If you feel there's an inordinate amount of bugs in your apartment, call us. We can fix that stuff. It may take some time, but we can get it. I know we can. We've got a couple things that we're trying this year to even improve our process, but please let us know if you've got bugs in your apartment. You'll notice in the east, on the east side of the east building, by the peonies, there are some cones in the back parking lot there. We're getting a dumpster to tear out the storage lockers in the east garage. Behind me, we've got a couple gents working on, obviously they're taking out the borders here. We're going to redo, it happened so quickly, we don't even know what our plans are. But we're gonna have to find some way to build a retaining wall or whatever, but there's a drainage system out there that we're gonna make sure that's working before we finalize it by building the retaining wall and stuff. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, Jeff.
How are ya?
Good morning, everybody.
Don't talk to him. Okay. Leases. If you haven't got your lease in, the way that works is we'll put you on a month-to-month lease. That's going to cost you $50 extra a month. And for those of you, I think it would be a good time for me to talk about our lease term and how all that works. No matter what, well, there's one exception. We require a 60-day written notice to vacate your apartment. Okay? So, also, we do an exact proration of that 60 days. Today is April 23rd. If you wanted to vacate your apartment, say you needed to go to an assisted living, you could give notice today. You'd be on the hook till June 23rd. Okay, so you'd pay basically 2/3 of June. If you go to an assisted living or a medical facility, there's no $1,000 penalty. If you go to an independent living competition of ours, we're going to nick you an extra $1,000. And that's just the way it is. If you're by chance at a multifamily place like the Cliffs or whatever, and you decided you wanted to leave, you would pay till the end of your lease. Okay? Death does terminate a lease. And how that works, we don't refund any money. Today is April 23rd. April rent would be paid. We're not going to refund anything from April. If your family or your heirs or whatever, if they can get all the stuff out by April 30th, no charge for May. And then we just go back to that exact proration. If they're out May 15th, then roughly they'll pay half of May and we're all done. It's important that we all know that, because easily the most misunderstood part of my job is explaining to families our notice period. They say, well, my mom needs assisted living, she can't stay here. Yep, we know that, but we still need 60-day notice. You know? Sometimes people don't remember that we hold the apartment for 60 days on the front end too. And guess what? It maybe isn't the most wonderful thing to have to pay rent at two places, but it is what it is. We need time to get ready to, we just can't have the apartment one day stop creating rent. We need to be able to plan. Does anyone have any questions on that?
So if someone dies,
Are there any new residents down here today? All right. Birthdays. The 25th, Barbara Bunt, and may she rest in peace, Dorothy Abrams. She would have been, I think, 97 or maybe 98. Dorothy passed away last Friday. To know her is to love her. She never didn't let you know where you stood with her. But that was okay. On the 27th, Nancy Robinson, and on the 28th, Gail Larson. Did I miss any birthdays?
yeah.
Huh? Lloyd Schneider's birthday today. Happy birthday, Lloyd.
Thank you.
You're the greatest. Anniversaries, no anniversaries. Let's sing happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday. Go Timberwolves.
Yes.
Have a good week.